on Lauren Bacall, aka Bones. And what a pleasure that was. So now, Bones, you're free to go back to your sewing if you want. Next plot is uh, Jenny Aldebaran, I think is how you say it. It's called The Ruins. Now, I've had this on my list for a while. There's some places like here and a few other areas that looks like there's more that could be added or was intended to be added, but as far as I can tell, this hasn't changed in months. So I'm going to go ahead and tour it for you guys just to give you some ideas of things if you're looking to build a plot something like this, or along those lines. It might give you some ideas. So this is called The Ruins. I don't know what it's the ruins of. I guess a village of some sort. But you can see that they're using the upside down snowy hills for a lot of the different variations in plot elevation, to give you all these little mounds and hills and such. A lot of use from the Draken fencing, mostly the curved parts, not only for the roundabouts that they've made here, but also the archway here. The building structures is also made of them. Various stones, lots of tufts of grass. Even this is part of the fencing. Just makes it look like a pile of stones there that was left. Some rubble of it. Some gray stones here and there. In fact, they use that for the steps to this little roundabout here. I like how it's used in a way so it looks like maybe there could have been an archway here, like there is here. This one's like there was a wall here, but it's been broken down and there's just a few stones left. That kind of thing. All right, Bones, thank you for coming by, and we'll see you later. Again, archway. Some thorny clumps. Again, it's supposed to be, just dilapidated remains of something, who knows what. There's a little fern with a couple of stones. And like you can see that these are the roofs of these structures here, and then you got this one just kind of there. So is it a collapsed structure? Is it meant to be a hill of some sort? A little too steep to climb very easily, so I don't know. I suspect it's meant to be more like it's a collapsed structure and the roof is all that's left. That's my take on it anyway. But you can see how they've pretty much fenced off the whole area with a lot of the Draken fencing. Some of it they've left open, but not a whole lot. And how they've just kind of intermittently raised it, lowered it. It just looks really good. I like the way they've done this. Again, these stones here are just enlarged, curved Draken fences to get those really big rocks. Has almost a Stonehenge kind of look to it. And then these are some of those, I think it's the Gothic pillars. The base here, I want to say is the bottom of that spiky grave, but it could be something else. I'm really not positive about that. This is a series of bowls, several of them layered together and twisted to get this nice little filleted edge here. Lots of winding rivers to make this pool, and then a couple of the Taurine's blade statues They're kind of slanted a little bit to kind of hide part of it inside the water. Really neat effect though. Again, this kind of looks like the beginnings or leftovers of a tower of some sort. So you're able to go inside and see there's not much left. Again, thorny brambles, different rocks and stones. This looks like to be the remnants of like a wishing well of some sort. Maybe it's a water tower. Again, most of this is just that Draken, that same Draken fencing parts being used in different ways to give it a different appearance. So it's darker stone here. Going elsewhere. Again, different elevations. I'm sure they're using different, you know, some of them are straight, some of them are curved. Combination of the two. Here's another little tower. See how they've used really small ones for the entrance and then they enlarged it for the bigger one. I love this though. For those that, you know, are looking for just something different, this is a fun idea. You can speculate all you want as to the purpose of all of these little areas. Maybe it's where they performed ritual rites or had an outdoor market of some sort. Here's another one of those little hills. So maybe the other one was actually a hill. I don't know. This one's got a statue on the top. Look, that one's got like a little peak up above. All of them do have these little, I don't know what you call them, little peak things. So if we go into one of the structures, then you see just lots of roots. So this one's just been overtaken by a creeping thorny bush. A little bit of overgrowth hanging. About the only green that's on here. Everything else is brown and drabby. Here's another one. A little shovel. Pile of rocks. I don't know if there's even an actual building on here somewhere, like a bunker house or anything. I'm not really sure. Oh, okay. There you go. So this is it's an Oran house that they've covered with their little ruins bit. Just completely changed the look of it. This is just an example of how if you want an interior of a certain shape, but you don't like how it looks, you just completely change it by covering it up. So we go in, and I have absolutely no idea if there's anything in here. So it's like a little abandoned. Got the roots coming out, lots of rocks, grass, cobwebs. Just an old ruins. It lives up to its name. I like, you know, not being surprised or confused when people name their plots one thing and it has totally nothing to do with what they've got on the plot. Notice they encased their little garden fab kit in the stones as well. Yeah, I like this. Even though there's really not a whole lot to it, I like how it's unique. You don't see builds like this on every plot. I mean, we have tons of bars and tons of um, hover parks and things like that, or personal residences. I like straying off of the norm. Okay, so that was Jenny Aldebaran's plot, The Ruins. So the last one we're going to visit today is, oh my gosh, I'm going to get this. Miyuki Nakamura. Some of you may recognize this. I think they tweeted a few things, and it may have been showcased in another video of someone else, but as far as I can remember, we haven't done the Sky Arcadia myself. So we're going to have a look. This one's been around for a while, I think. It got like this little bit of an Asian feel with these little boards here. That's metal planks and a little bit of granite stuff, and it got the little candle bits going on. That's a bowl, and it's set into it's either a bowl or a tua cup. It's one of the two inset, and then you got the little flowers sitting there. We got the little, I suspect this is like one of those parks where you come and play games like chess or checkers, and you have your partners, and that's what this is, I suspect. But it's basically crates, and then this one's the actual card game crate, topped with a granite floor for this little playing park. I haven't really been too much around on the exterior here, so I'm just gonna have a poke around. I really don't know if there's anything to be seen. You can see most of it is obsidian stones, these oversized rocks for this like mountainous thing that we will be going up via the staircase. On this side, it looks like they either started or have a hover park track using a lot of the hover park pieces, obviously. So they got like the little bowl here, different starting tracks that you can go through. There's like 90 different hover part pieces. That's why I just generalize and say hover part piece. I don't specify this is an edge piece, or this is a straight half pipe, or this is a curved full pipe, or anything like that, because there's just too many for me to remember. I'm surprised I even know the names of a few of them. Just gonna kind of go around. You see some of it at least. I took the time to put it together, so I'm gonna show it. Yeah, it looks like just a little practice park type of thing. It's not like a racetrack of any sort. It's just where they would come and have a little bit of fun. Over here looks like a little camp area. They got some cushions on the rocks for comfortable seating. They got the small campfire. This looks like they're using blue flare to give like that waterfall steam. This is probably like a prime example of where someone could incorporate this new waterfall decor in such a way as to play it out a little better. From what I understand, the new waterfall decor don't have any sound either. So for those of you that have been using Some of the waterfalls for maybe for like an interior thing and you don't really want that rushing water sound, maybe that would be an option. Um, but again, you can see it's mostly obsidian stones. I have no idea where this goes. So it's like a little private bedroom area. Looks like boardwalk pieces, a rug, pillows. Okay, so I think that's everything down below. Maybe not. Okay, this is it's one of the Grannock bits buildings. The hot springs fab kit, you just kind of blocked off. Built in some a changing room for those that want to use it. Just decking pieces, a divider, party string lights, that kind of thing. Again, the flag, the wolf flag here, I think it's called the Dagoon banner now. That one, the Merg banner, the sheets on the laundry lines, those are big favorites for like obscuring an entrance maybe that you don't want just totally standing out, but you want to give a little bit of a hint that there's something there. You have absolutely no collision, so you can use them as entrances to cover it while, you know, keeping it good. So here's the interior of the home here, using 2x4 for the little tray here. Little stack of goodies. Go this way. Now you'll notice most of this has an Asian type feel. Again, we saw a little bit of that in the front with that little prayer thing or whatever it's called. So you see a lot of use of those metal dividers. But like here, we have their version of the samurai sword. I believe that's the pirate cutlass decor. It's not a very common drop. And they've just got it inset into a couple of 2x4s and they've got it spotlighted to kind of bring it up. The stand that it's on is an upside down empty trophy cabinet, for those curious. This here, this is that fancy table. I forget what we got that from. I don't know if it was a special login thing or beta tester thing or what, but it's just set down so that you just see the top. And then they've got this weird little contraption for the drinks. It's like the Chua Tech arms have the glasses. Maybe it rotates and gives you the glass and then it takes the drink and it pours it for you. I don't know. Just thought it was weird. Notice they changed the look of these plants. They usually have just the grass bits and they've added in the little ferny puffs themselves. Staircase is just a regular staircase with the decking railing added on. So again, very Asian-y. The tables and things are all lowered, so you're sitting on cushions and things. That's just a Dominion conference table. The mural here is just an oversized painting. And then here we have the kitchen. The cabinetry is mostly decking pieces with different things inset, like the bathroom sink. This little bit here, which looks like a teapot of some sort. It's a tube and another tube for the handle. chua cup for the top, and the bottom is one of those plant vases. I think this is a like a one of those like Foreman grills where you can grill your sandwiches or make pizza pockets or make waffles or something. It's two of the heat rod chua fireplaces hinged together to make that. I thought that was kind of fun. And then you have the mixer. It's just granite pieces, curved glass, and I forget what this thing is called. I want to say it's a protostar thing, but it's upside down, but that's all one piece there. The refrigerator is a ship hand locker with the tablet computers as the two doors and then hammers for the handles. Oh, is it the Gamescom? Okay, I couldn't remember where the table came from. Hey, Ara. Glad you could join us. The island is just Cassian floors all together. I like how they've even built in this little like delivery system to somebody that wants to, order up kind of thing for the house. That's that. Let's see, we've been there. Of course, that's the entrance where we came in. If you go this way, you come across this lovely little fireplace. It's mostly granite walls of varying sizes, and then the small campfire inserted. The granite wall, again, the edge of it is kind of a gray metal. Um, so it's just, again, it's just a flat uh, wall, and you just see the trim of it. Very nicely done. Over here we have the kiddies' room. You can see they're playing, I don't know, maybe it's Chinese checkers or something. But it's obsidian rocks and swirly stones for the different playing bits there. This here for this little flower pot, that's one of those windows with the tray. And they've just hid the window part and left the tray visible. Over here, I don't know if there's anything super specific. Like a whole little storage nook here with all the piles of goodies. This is another very Asian-y feel, like a little shrine of some sort. This is like the little bell thing. It's basically the what do you call it? The wind chime, being used for both of the end ones and these up here. But the end ones they enlarged and then capped with granite domes and tubes. Exile walls for all the red, so it looks very Asian-y with the wall design, the shelving and everything. Very cute. Let's went there. We still have the upstairs to go to. So this is the rock garden area. So you have a table where they would assemble the bits that they want. Each one is kind of segregated off with a draken floor, except for this one. This is like a little pond that they used layered glass to make the water. and then added in some watery type plants like the lily pad, the lily leaf, and a lot of the like cattails decor. So you have one for mushrooms. This one's some brown grasses. This is a little bonsai tree. Um, the container here is just staircase landings. These containers are cylinders with domes or cylinders inserted, and it looks like a little bench kind of thing. I could see people using something like that as an idea for like a town, a city plot, extending it a little further, making a nice little bench type of thing, or park or something. And then of course you've got the whole tray of bamboo bits. Those are just added into those blue pod trays. And then the very upstairs, you have a faux door, hammer for the handle there. The bathroom cabinet is decking pieces with a window for the mirror. The shower stall is calcium pillars, glass panels. You can look at this complicated shower head system. It's mostly Tua pillars, the Tua cup, and levers for the little switches here. Now, someone that's using the interactables feature of Catia's, they could probably fix it so that the switch would actually cause a waterfall to pour out. Maybe if you want one to represent hot water, then you could add a little bit of a smoke effect so it looks steamy, that kind of thing. A red moon vent for the drain. Again, same kind of cabinetry as in the other room. And then you have this really big, I don't know if this is like a sauna type of thing. I suspect that's what it is. Because it looks like there's like a little grill here for like where the stones would be, and this is where the guy with the little ladle would like put it on there to kind of heat it up a little more, and then you just kind of sit in here and toast. But also they have a little bit of glass here, so maybe it's to represent a little bit of a pool of water. The little baskets of flowers here, those are actually the windows with the baskets. I think it's the dark keyhole window. And then they've added, just pushed it far enough where you don't see the windows, but the baskets are visible. I've seen that in a few other places. Let's see, here is a fish tank. They've got a wall-mounted generator for the mechanism in combination with that, oh, I don't know, the fish scooper ripper thing. And then hover part pieces up top, staircase landings down below, layered glass to give that water effect, and then various things for the water scene. You can see the sunfish plushie, the shellac plushie, the barnacle weed, some of the blue pod plants. One key thing if you're doing an aquarium like this, plants that move, have any kind of a swaying effect, those are excellent for this. Also, I think it's the clunky fire extinguisher. It has bubbles. I think even if you turn it upside down, the bubbles still go up. So you could like insert that in the bottom and then have these bubbles coming up, and that'll help sell that idea. Oh, is it supposed to be a steam bath? Pre-bought surge protector for the electric thingy for the blender. Is this your place, Aura? I had no idea. It's just one I've had on my list for a while. It's an awesome build though. There's a lot of fun ideas. And of course, two spotlights for the lighting on that. Here we have a cozy little bedroom. Um, we've got 2x4s and metal edged blocks for the little setup below the screen. You've got a magnetized container, I guess, behaving as like the DVD player or something. Here we have a stereo system for surround sound, I guess. It's just a speakers inset with 2x4s, a staircase landing here. Look at all the books that's been placed. I love the carrot family. Gotta have the carrots. Mandatory to have that on your plot somewhere. The little table here is simply a decking piece, one of the short ones, I think. Got a little gnome hat for the WildStar. The little TV screen here, I think it's the Exile tactical table for those areas. Oh, so this isn't yours, Verena. Oh, well, thank you for kind of clarifying because you know, it's one of those things I would love to have the builders around whenever we visit plots, but it's just not convenient, I think, or conceivable to guarantee that they would always be available because my hours are kind of weird. Okay, so that was the interior of, I guess it was a Grannock house. So now we're going to go upstairs, I think. Just double checking to make sure I haven't missed anything. It looks like I see something here. Off we go. Okay, so this is one of those Marauder fab kits, I think. This whole Marauder little thing going on back here. Again, this is one of those ways, if you have some fab kits on your plot, you don't want to move them, find a way to cleverly incorporate them, and, you know, then you're good. Okay. I think that's it on the bottom and outside now. Go this way. Okay, so up the decking stairs we go, following the little neon signs around. Some of those boardwalk pieces. Oops. Well, see, leave it to me to find the one place that I could fall off the pathway. Now, I know the arrow is pointing to the left, but we're going to go to the right. This is where those coming in from out of town would be dropped off. There's some little food vendors here, and you've got your ships. So grab the food either for the trip or after the trip, whichever comes best. Got a little bot vendor in each one. Continue following the arrows. You see another little vendor location. Maybe someone wants to RP that they're selling some wares. And that brings you to the arcade itself. You can see it's pretty expansive. If I think there's an actual window blocking it. Can't quite get my camera to zoom out. Anywho, so this is like, I don't know if it's like the trophy room, a garden room, or what, but I love these little display cases. It's basically the top of a pillar, and that's topped with several framed glass panels to make up this little display case for these little um, tentacle plants. Again, a good tip if you have an aquarium, a lot of people like to use these as the jellyfish in their aquariums. This one here, you have a little bit of desert meets man-eating plants. Over here appears to be the restroom. Again, this is that Flush-O-Matic 3000 or 5000. I like how they're using the back of it. They're letting it pop through the wall, and that looks like the hand dryer that you would use in the restrooms. Okay, so then we entered the main arcade game room. Many things going on here. Let's see if we can cover them all. This is like a bike simulator, I think, where you sit down and you do a racing game of some sort. A lot going on here. There's like a cryopod. There's a tire, two pillows for the seating. For the panel itself, it's like a Chua desk with the monitor on top, a control panel here with the nautical wheel for the thing, and then that's all attached on a couple of ship hand lockers. Over here we have a crane game. It's Chua walls for the top, Exile walls for the bottom, one of those mining bot thingies for the crane itself with a Chua pillar and a hanging wire bunch to behave like it can move. And of course the little controller here is the control panel. Lots of plushies. It's a good way to kind of sneak in lots of plushies. I see a couple of carrots in there. That's good. I approve. And then the little drop down spot here is here with presumably like a little flip lid here that you would get your prize. This is some kind of, I don't know, asteroids game where you fire at the ships or something. It's just basically one of those body scanners with a couple of things on it. This one is cards, of course. The card table, the cards themselves are, I think it's Cassian walls being used. Over here you have the token exchange where you would say, here, I want X amount of tokens to play the games in here, or I need change or something, I need quarters for my bills. So you can see he's sitting on a pile of money. His little booth is just a Chua walls, Cassian pillars, and then the bars, like two of the bars sandwiched together. This is kind of like a battleship looking thing, where maybe you'd have some ships here and you target your buddy. Maybe it's a strange ping pong table. I have no idea. It's basically just a couple of those tactical tables, and then it looks like one or two of those Dominion scanners sandwiched together. This here is a shooter game. It's several enforced barriers. A couple of those zap pistols that you get. I Can't remember what path does that, but you can find them on like the auction house fairly cheap. Another one of those monitors from the housing vendor, and then the control panels there. So presumably something would come up and you go bang, 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 and shoot them up. Over here we've got the Dance Dance Revolution game. So you've got your little directional arrows where you know where you're to put your steps. And up here would be presumably where the arrows would show up so you know what direction you got to go. Very reminiscent of the one that's in Thade. This here, I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. Another kind of shooter game, it looks like. It's an open cryopod kind of thingy. And then they've got some hanging cables and another one of the zapper guns. And you aim it at the screen and you shoot and you're good. This is one of the test your strength. You pick up the hammer, you swing it, you hit the little thing, and it shoots up the little hole. And the harder you hit, the higher it goes, and the better your score or something like that. This looks to be like a slot machine, which is very fun looking. It's basically one of the Dominion fancy dressers. There's a dome on the side with a hammer as the handle, the little thing that you do. Looks like the Chua containers for the little slots here. That is, of course, the holographic shop sign. Cylinders for the little spinny bits, and then different neon lights for the emblems that would roll once you swing the arm. The zap pistols come from the soldier path. I should have guessed that. Yeah, I would have, Poi. It wasn't until after, I think, that I actually came across this plot. This, I think, is supposed to be like the riding bull, but it's a Rousdower. It looks like, yeah, a Chua stool. It's upside down, I think. And they've got the Rousdower attached. The round purple part is a technophage platform, and then they've encased it in a little bit of hover part pieces. So you get on the Rousdower and it starts rocking and bucking, and you see how long you can stay on. Here are some general arcade games. Mostly the magnetized containers, a little bit of Chua floors, that monitor, and then some control panels, different types, depending on the game. Here we have access to the outside. We'll go back in, no worries. This gives you a view of the building itself. It's mostly a lot of pillars, both Exile and Granite version, different types of floors. I see Oran, Exile, some hover part pieces for the roof. For this part up here, it looks like an indoor soccer field. So you've got like a little pit where people can get some cushions for the seating. That's staircase landings, and the seats themselves, the bleachers, are metal edged 2x4s. The nets are those Marauder netting bits. For the circle, I would presume it's just a cylinder sunk down so you just see the edge, and of course a sporty sphere for the ball. Very cute little setup here. Didn't notice that little part on the roof of the garden room. Need to keep looking up now and then. I miss so much when I don't. Oh, can I sit on it? That just looks really wrong. I look too casual when I got my knee up. Oh, I'm just sitting here, just rock it. I'll last. Oh, I wanted to go back to the garden room to see that skylight that I missed. Yeah, there's a nice little skylight up there. Okay, let's go this way, which I think, yep, is the bowling alley. Very fun thing here. Got different types of balls. Presumably they mean different weights. So it's basically just domes sandwiched together and then a sporty sphere for the one. This is the Dominion console decor, I think, with metal planks. And it looks like a rain gutter for where the balls come out. The little contraption that would like slow the ball down from being shot across is a locked exile chest. Looks like metal planks all along these edges here as well. For the pins on this side, it's the green rockets, and on this side, it's the gray ones upside down. Very nifty, niftily done. Scoreboard things are just pillars with the tablet computer attached for that. Very nicely done. I like that a lot. Okay, so we went there. We need to go across the way here. Just a little storage container. Maybe it's some new games. Who knows? I like how there's just one little plant just sitting here on the ledge, waiting for somebody to knock it off. Okay, this is the pool room. And I mean pool like in billiards. Again, we just saw a table, but see how just using a little slightly different decor, you get a totally different look. This appears to be Exile walls back to back, so you got the ends, the frames on each side. Exile shelves on the end, and 2x4s. For the balls, it looks like a couple of domes sandwiched together, tall file. And for the little bits in the middle where Bones used mop handles, this one's using rockets for theirs. Yeah, so many things. I went here, I think, right when they started, and I just never made it back until recently. And there's just, I think it was because I saw them tweeting about it. Here's a little lounge area. I think that's an Ichthian landing pad. It's just kind of sunk down so that you see the table. Maybe this is where they, get onto the interwebs. Like their internet cafe or something, library kind of deal going on. Notice their pool cube of choice is the pointy spear, Draken pointy spear. And again, another one of those exile shelves for the little rack there. And another section up above. This looks to be like the eatery, where you play a bunch of games, but then you feel like you want a snack or a lunch or something. This is where you come. So again, this little setup here, it's just multiple floors shrunk down a little bit to give you this little staircase kind of thing. A lot of archways, and then that stair-stepped bit is repeated for the roof. It's just opposite. Works really good. I like that. A lot of glass panels for a little bit of extra decoration. So you have this little railing that you can go outside to. Go all the way around. Looks like a little bit of a park out there. So if we go inside, then you see all of the different booths. Most of them are just straight up the blue light lounge tables with various seating. Here you have a bit of a bar. But probably the biggest showcase piece is this little area here. I guess it's a grill of some type. They've got an airtight container being used as the silverware holder here, but you also have a bowl of it over here. Look at all the glasses they use for this intricate little pyramid of glasses. The little water thing here is just an inset water trough. The cutting board is the back of a tablet computer. The grill is, again, that Chua Tech, the heat rod fireplace. I like the little sneeze guards for the salad areas. Just framed glass layered up a little nicely. I like how they managed to get that just right so that it looks like a little triangle piece. It's really just the corner of one of the squares inset in there. And of course got all the nice little party lights. Most of the cabinetry for everything is decking pieces. You got some Exile pillars. Very nicely done. I like that. Let's see, I don't know. I'm supposed to get to this from here or from somewhere else. It's like the giant satellite dish or something for all the games. And then, of course, there's this little garden area. All of these are just those portable planters with different trees stuck in. I think that's it. Did I miss anything, Ara, or anything stands out that I just completely bypassed? Woof. Kind of went all the way down, didn't I? I think that's everything. I hope so. Yeah, it's amazing. Again, I don't know. It's so strange to me sometimes. I'll go to one plot and it's like, I know there's a lot of detail, but it seems like they hit the cap really soon compared to someone else with all the detail, and it just looks like they just got massive amounts of decor, and it's like, how did they get all of that in? And it's just nuts, the differences. And others, it looks like they put a lot of effort into it, and maybe they used like half the pieces that you would expect. It's just, I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of fun ideas, a lot of fun decor combinations. I mean, they managed to cover just about every type of game you could think of, but still managed to keep it within the limits. A really good job. Just imagine what they could do with even more space. A lot of that was helped out by using a lot of oversized pieces, like these floors, rather than using several different ones for different flooring. That helps. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff. All All right. Well, thank you, Ara, for kind of helping point out things and clarifying a few things we weren't sure about. But yeah, definitely worth a visit if you're on Jabbit-EU Exile side and you're looking for a fun, entertaining plot. I mean, this is um, even if you're not into role playing, this is still a fun plot to visit. It's called The Sky Arcadia, and it is by Miyuki Nakamura. Nakamura. Apparently, Verena is the builder who has a lot of other plots. I don't know if I've visited any of the others, but I'm sure we'll eventually come across them if they continue to be open to the public. I will find it eventually. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this week's house tours. Um, it's been a pleasure and a privilege to show these off to you. Again, while I stream every day and I show, my own junk projects and things pretty regularly, it's always a pleasure to show the wonderful works, the much more outstanding abilities of those that help inspire me to my efforts. So hats off to all of the builders. And if I haven't gotten to your house yet, give us time. I'll eventually get to it, I'm sure. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Reminder again for those that joined us late, there is some scheduled maintenance today. It's supposed to land about 4 a.m. PDT, which is 1 p.m. CEST time. It's supposed to last about 40 minutes to an hour, so just plan accordingly. If you've got some building or something that you want to get in before then, do it now, before it's too late. Of course, it's just a short downtime, so hopefully we'll be back in business afterwards. Thank you again for all the support, the follows, the tweets, the retweets, the votes. The company, of course, is always welcome. I appreciate our chat group, especially those that are willing to join us day to day and offer their comments, advice, and general companionship. I truly appreciate it. Until next time, good luck with your projects and have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.